record. So let me start recording. Sorry. So pretty much know that yes, news is going to move the market, but news is only an excuse to move the market for better pricing for our bigger players within the Forex market. All right. So that's why we always want to be careful with news. So if y'all are good on news, we can move on. Drop a number 1. All right. Forexfactory.com. Make sure you save that, Julian. It's very important for you to look at your news every week before you start trading. You have to know what news there is for the week because you want to be careful when you're in the market. You don't want any surprises when you're in a trade. All right. Now what I want to do is, since we're going to start talking about trading, what I want to, I don't want to just sit here and talk charts and stuff. I want to do it differently. I want to open it up to questions. What do y'all need help with? Because I do need to make sure that everybody is catered in whatever problem that they're having. So y'all are all on different levels. Some of y'all are very beginners. Some of y'all have been in for a while but are still lost. Some of y'all are, have been here for a good minute and are doing well and have progressed. So I really, really need to know, what do you need from me? Because I have to make sure you guys succeed. I have to make sure you guys are making money. I have to make sure you guys are moving forward. That is the purpose of this. You guys, you already know that we have tons and tons of traders on our team that are just throwing signals left and right, and they're all hitting. And if they're not hitting, it's because it's 1 or 2 that are not hitting out of like the 10 that have been called out. So y'all gotta be paying attention. Y'all need to know, like, when is it that people trade? Like, when does Gustavo trade? Do y'all know when Gustavo trades? Y'all know when to expect a signal from him? Like, those are things y'all gotta be paying attention to. He likes to trade late London, between like 4 a.m. Will he throw out a signal before that? Maybe. Yeah. Why? Because the market is not perfect. We do not control the market. We cannot say specifically at this time is when the entry is going to happen. So I just got to be aware. Y'all got to know y'all's times of when do we trade. We trade London. We trade New York. That's what people mostly trade. That's where the most liquidity is at. We know London is from 2 a.m. until like the 10 a.m., 11 a.m. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. And that New York is from 7 to 4, right? 7 to 4. I don't know. Anybody correct me if I'm wrong on that too. But those are the times to trade, and really the best times to trade is gonna be like your window between like 3 a.m. until like noon. Okay. If you want a smaller window, that's the smallest window I can give you. It's like 3 a.m. until noon. And if you want to separate it in between London and New York, then make sure you're trading from like 3 to 5 or 3 to 6. And then like, if you want to trade New York, you do 6 to 10 or something. And just make sure you're in a trade early. Make sure you're watching the markets early, because markets move at specific times. Sometimes this perfect entry might be at 9 a.m. Sometimes it may be at 7 a.m. Y'all got to pay attention. Y'all got to wake up, pay attention, watch the charts. All right. Now, we're here for a reason. We're here to give y'all the signals, and so y'all can still make money anyway. So just pay attention to when they come out. Make sure you have the alerts on for your phone, on the Telegram. Make sure they're on. If you have Gold Cup, use it. Don't just pay for it and not use it. Use it. That's what it's for. Y'all gotta take these trades. Y'all gotta not be scared. All right. All right. So you have to differentiate which notifications are you looking at, Sarah. For that, it's you get so many different notifications for Gold Cup is what the thing is, okay? It's, you're getting probably a lot of crosses. All right, cool, Jordan. You're probably getting these notifications, you know, MA cross. If it says MA cross, that's just the moving averages crossing. It's just telling you that the moving averages have crossed on their way up on the 1 hour chart, or they have crossed on their way down on the 4 hour chart, or whatever that notification says, that's what that's for. And I can show y'all on my, like, it literally tells you. I get the email notifications, and I get it straight on my app. My app comes out with the notifications, right? I don't think I have any notifications now, but y'all can see this. Okay, gosh, I was wondering if that's what it was. Yeah, you gotta you can do the app notifications and you can do the other notifications. It just depends, okay? So right here, it'll say, hello, MA4 crosses MA50. Hugo's Way, NZDUSD, hour 1. That means you go on Gold Cup, you log in, you go to NZDUSD, you go to the 1 hour chart, and you see how have the MAs crossed. Did they cross on their way down or did they cross on the way up? If they crossed on the way up, we know that is a buy. If they crossed on the way down, we know that is a sell, right? We know this already, right? I mean, pull up Hugo's, right? These are your moving averages, right? This is the pink one. This is the 4, all right? This is the 50, all right? So pink is the 4, blue is the 50. When they cross on the way up, it's a buy. Y'all see that? That is on the 4 hour chart. That is clearly a buy. That was 360 pips on an MA cross on a 4 hour chart that you could have probably just held if you wanted to hold it. Or you could have just scaled it in, you know. That was for like the past 2 weeks. That's what GU did. It crossed on the way up and it's just been climbing ever since, right? So the way you take your MA crosses, Sarah, is when you see them cross on the way up, you are going to place a buy after they have crossed and separated a bit, and you will put a 20 pip stop loss. Okay, it's like a 15 to 20 pip stop loss. Nothing too big. Let me make sure that. And then for your TP is going to be 20 pips. All right. Do you get that? For those notifications, Sarah? And it'll be the same thing for if they cross on the way down, put a 15 to 20 pip stop above your entry, and then your take profit at 20 pips. And that's just for the crosses, all right? When they send these that say this, that say like right here, teacup, new trade alert, like we know that's a teacup. So that's when you log into your app or log in online, right? And you're not gonna go to MA Cross. You're gonna go to Masters Teacups and click View Patterns. And you will see it there, whatever he called out, all right? You have to go, no signals for now, hour 1. Here are the signals, all right? So you would go through here, right? And you would click, just like how we did earlier, Euro GBP. You will set that sell limit, the entry, the stop loss, and the take profit, all right? That's for when you get these. Whenever you get this on the alert of the Telegram chat, or you can also see that on your emails. Give me 1 second. I have so many emails from them. I get a lot of cross emails, so I can see how it can be a little confusing because it's a lot of alerts. But no specific alerts are for specific things. So like right here it says hello gold rush. Know that that's where you have to go through the gold rush part, right? Go to gold rush, and that's where you have a new alert. All right, and that's where you take that trade wherever he says to enter and take profit. And then the same thing with the teacup. See, hello, teacup has new alert, and then you'll go check. All right, everybody got that? Sarah, you got it? All right, everybody else good too? Anybody have a question on Gold Cup before we move on to a different question? I do I do every notification. That's just me. I'm just a little extra because I like to know everything. Like I want all the notifications I can get. If I can get them all, why not? Right? I want to make sure that I'm alerted every which way. That way I'm paying attention. So I would do them. My alerts, I have them for every 30 minutes or every 15 minutes. No, every 30 minutes, something like that. So it can be annoying. But you can set them to be every hour or whatever you want to set them to be. Just log in and check that out right there under Gold Cup where you go to your settings and you can just fix that. I think right now I have mine every 30 minutes. See? And you can just change that however you want it. Make sure you just subscribe on every single thing, pending activation, master trades, MA cross, news, where you're very aware of what's going on. Same thing with Gold Rush. You gotta subscribe to those. And if you have US 30, same thing. All right. Put all your info everywhere. All right. Anybody else? Everybody good? All right. Question. Next question. Questions. Who wants to go next? Oh, I know y'all got questions. You can unmute yourself too. Or if you want me to unmute you, let me know. All right. Yeah, think about them and write them down so we can go over them. Nobody has a question? Nobody? Everybody's good? Everybody's a master trader? Everybody knows how to trade? All right. Let me know. Let me know, Jordan. All right, you good. Anybody else? Y'all don't got a question? Yeah, we can go over charts, but I still need to know what you're confused about, Jacob. I need to know specifically what I'm going over on a chart so that you can understand it. All right.
All right, so I know everybody in here is trying to at least understand the whole Wyckoff and the sniping shit. Julian, I know you're new, but you're gonna need to learn this eventually. But look, I'm trying to see how to tighten up my entries on that.
All right.
I'm pretty blown about that oil thing.
Yeah, and it happens. And so what you got to do is you got to start putting alerts. Not exactly. I'm gonna mute you again. Not exactly at that institutional candle. Like put an alert at the institutional candle, and then also put an alert 10 pips above it or 10 pips below it. You know, wherever you need it to be, and don't forget that it is the open of the candle and 50%. You know, and sometimes it can be the close or the wick. And just you got to pay attention to those extra areas of that candle for you to look at. All right, cool. I got you, Jacob. We'll go over that in a bit. So pair, pick a pair. You want to do oil? Okay. Or this is a gap. There it is. All right. All right, I'm about to move this because it's annoying me. It's too bright, and I'm gonna take off my video. All right. So, as y'all know, when we're doing our analysis, where do we always start? Start on the weekly, and we take a look at what's going on, right? We take a look at what's going on as an overall aspect, right? I'm gonna clean the chart up just so we can just start fresh. All right. So I still got these moving averages on here. I feel like they help new people, but if y'all don't want to use them, y'all don't have to. Now we'll start on the weekly, and then we'll go ahead and start marking off, different levels of resistance and support. Everybody knows how to mark off resistance and support. With the moving averages. Yeah, no, I got you. I'm about to explain support and resistance too. Okay, so the moving averages, Julian, they're basically measuring the last candles in that time period. So like the last 50 candles and giving like an average of where the market's gonna go. Same thing for the 4 simple moving average. It's just giving you an average of where they feel like the market is going to move to based off of those previous candles. So for the 4, it'd be 4 previous candles. For the 50, it is 50 previous candles. Whenever they cross, this specific strategy is from Lusaldo Tavares, an educator that teaches the teacups. He uses the cross strategy, which is whenever these two lines cross each other on the way down, it's a sell. As you can see here, they crossed on the way down, and it literally sold for a good amount, 600 pips. And then whenever they cross on the way up, you can catch it on a buy, and that's a good 280. So it's definitely a good strategy to use for beginners. For people just starting out that are not too sure like what to do, where to enter, how to do it. And then we pretty much tell people, well, the educator pretty much tells people to use a 15 to 20 pip stop. Your pips are going to be your points and percentages. You're going to learn that as you go. of how to calculate them, which I can do something separate for you to go over that. That's not a problem. But it'll be a 15 to 20 pip stop loss and then a 20 pip take profit. Okay. So that right there is, easy money. And they most of the time go for more than 20 pips. But the crosses that I've taken, especially on certain pairs like GBP and ZD, they literally go forever. And the way to insert them, you just go insert indicators, trend, moving average. You put 50 exponential because it's the 50 EMA exponential. And then insert indicators, trend, moving average. You put the 4, and change this to simple, and change to a different color. All right. So as you can see, on a 1 hour cross, it's insane. GBP and ZD goes for 400 pips. And if you held it, right, this is almost 500 pips, man. That's crazy. Just on these moving averages crossing. So that's pretty cool. And this was literally like this crossed the prior week, and then in the next week it just continued, right? So you could have probably caught this like on a Thursday, Friday, and held it throughout the entire week and just kind of scaled your way in to these buys. That's a pretty nice run, right? So that's how you use the moving averages. Does that seem pretty simple? If you understand that, drop a 1. All right, perfect. We got another 10 minutes on this thing, Lord. All right. So, where were we? I was on oil, right? All right, oil. Clean chart. So, we were on the weekly. We were just marking up the support and resistance. Support is basically just going to be your floor, wherever price does not want to break down through, right? Wherever price does not want to break down through. Price did not want to keep going down here or here or here or here or here, right? Every time price came down here, it was met with a bounce, bounce, bounce. It broke through here, but it didn't last long, right? Bounced, 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 it bounced. So most people will say this is a strong support or a strong zone. Also mark and put in a rectangle so that you know this is a strong area, all right? That price does not like to break through. Now this right here, if you look at this one, this is a good resistance right here, which was also a great support, all right? And you have resistance, breakthroughs, resistance, resistance. So you want to find areas where price either resisted, had a great support, or just seriously just broke through it, right? You don't really want like all this nonsense back and forth stuff, right? So right here, this is a good area. Here, rejection. Here, this is a good support, right? And good resistance. Now, when we're talking about support, resistance, and rejection and things like that, it does not have to hit specifically. Y'all got to know that it does not have to hit that line specifically and touch it for it to be a rejection. This right here is a rejection. Just because it didn't touch the line does not mean it didn't reject. That is clearly a rejection. It's showing 1 rejection, 2 rejections, now 3, right? What did it do? Cleared this liquidity, jumped up, and dropped, right? Because what we're always looking for when we're trading and we're looking at these charts and we're looking at the market, we're always looking for let me mute this other chat. I'm sorry, guys. All right. So you want to find these areas, these strong areas. You can also put another right here, boom, right? And we're going to play within this area pretty much. Drop it down to the daily chart. As you can see, its price is bouncing up and down from here, right? Right here, we can see that it was consolidating, right? Consolidation just means that the market is moving back and forth. It's in a range. It's bouncing up and down. There's no clear direction. This drop is a clear drop. We can tell that the market dropped, it fell, it sold, you know, we knew price dropped. Here, we could tell this is a clear buy. It crept up, it went up. That is very clear. Right here, not so much, right? Right here, this looks like a lot of noise, okay? This just looks like a lot of confusion. People don't know what they want to do. They don't know if they want to buy. They don't know if they want to sell. It just keeps going back and forth, and there's no clear direction. And that's not what you want to trade. You do not want to trade in that type of market. You want to trade this. You want to trade this, all right? Those are the moves that we're trying to catch, all right? So y'all got to be aware of what you're looking at. Now we're on a daily chart, so because we're on a daily chart, this tells us a lot of what's going on, right? When we're on a daily chart, each candlestick consists of 1 day of price action, right? Everybody knows that except for my guy Julian. So we're on Tuesday. This candlestick represents Tuesday's price action and everything that it has done for Tuesday since 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. when it opened back up, because it closes from 4 to 5. This represents Monday, all right, and then and so on and so forth. Now we are here. We have this huge gap because of this news. Sorry, I don't know why I keep yawning. We have this huge gap because of this news with the drone falling and destroying all this oil, right? Now, a lot of people are going to say, what? This has to fill. This gap has to fill. One thing I don't want y'all doing is trading gaps. Unless you know what you're doing. You don't need to be trading gaps. Gaps are dangerous to trade. They don't always fill. They have one girl that I saw in this chat. I kid you not. I should have screenshotted it. She just wrote it today or yesterday. And I've known her for a long time. And she said she held a trade for 4 weeks, hoping that it would turn around. Please do not be this person. Just because she was trying to fill a gap. Because she said an expert told her that gaps always fill. I don't know what expert told her that. This is not what experts say. Please do not fall in the trap of trying to fill a gap and thinking that it's always going to fill. It's not always going to fill. That's why you have to have a stop loss. I don't know how she did it, holding a trade for 4 weeks that just didn't go her way. Like, that's insane. Don't be that person, please. All right, so we're on the daily chart. When we're on the daily chart, we start to look for, you know, even closer zones. And we start to look for institutional areas, right? And we also want to see what is the market doing. So it looks like a lot of this was a lot of accumulation, all this little right here, right? If you look at it very closely, you can tell and see that this was a markdown, okay? That was a markdown. The market clearly went down, okay? So this is what you call a markdown. This could have been the sell-off. This could have been the distribution, right? And then we get into this. It did a little something here, which if we break this down on a smaller time frame, this is probably accumulation on a smaller time frame, which is why it went up, right? But once we get into this ranging, we know that this ranging is starting to happen because all of this distribution happened. All right. All of this distribution, right? Distribution. All that was part of distribution. And now we just come into this little range, right? What does it do when it's ranging? It's accumulating orders, right? And it's going to jump up. It's going to jump up because of all of this turmoil and all these issues with the oil, and because it's in an accumulation phase, all right? We know when it's in accumulation phase that we should be ready to buy, right? When price just starts doing all this, we're catching this. We're catching this. All right. Y'all looking at this, you saw the mark down, and then you see it just dancing around up and down, and we're gonna catch it. We're gonna catch it on our way down so that we can buy it up. All right. That's how that works. That on a on a small scale on a 4-hour trading view. Does it look like orders are accumulating to you? Do y'all see that? News is going to bring it up because it's supposed to, right? It's less than 1 minute. I'm going to have to get a new account, guys, because we're obviously going through a lot of time. Let me drop another one. It's going to be my last one, though.